Greetings to all viewers. This is King H. For 30 years in the revolution, not one county has been liberated by Ayaba. But his gangs of surrogates continue to spread false information, defamation of character, and in the process, destroying the work that Ayaba has put in for 30 years. Eric Tata was celebrating his birthday, which just passed on the 14th of this month. And he decided to take a picture where he had crabs. He was eating crabs and put on social media. But the gangs of surrogates of Ayaba, from Tapang Ivo Tanko to Aso Lucas to Capo Daniel to Vela Franklin, were saying shit about the crabs. Any person working in the United States can go and buy crabs. $20, $30, $40, $50. It's not that much. But when you have somebody that's buying crabs of $1,500 for money that he did not earn, money that was contributed for the revolution, for my trip to Buea, and with hardcore evidence proving that this is what this person did, you still have people who still don't believe that Dr. Samuel Sako did all that. And you still have people who are promoting their group, promoting the AGOC ADF group, forgetting that there are also other groups inside Southern Cameroon fighting in all the 14 counties inside Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, Anglophone Cameroonians. The ADF force cannot and would not liberate Southern Cameroon, does not have the power, does not have the finances, does not have the resources, the military resources, the military power, the military personnel to win the revolution in Southern Cameroon. But so long as the people in their respective counties stop fighting and killing each other in the name of group politics, in the name of the interim government group politics, in the name of AGOC ADF group politics, so long as we can stop fighting Southern Cameroonians, stop fighting Ambazonians, stop fighting Anglophone Cameroonians, and start fighting the main enemy, which is La République du Cameroon, which is French Cameroon, which is everything that is not Southern Cameroon, then we will have a chance to win this revolution. But social media tend to forget that people still have to live life, even in the time of war. Even in the time of war, when World War I and World War II was going on, people were still having sex and having children. People were still living their lives. So what is the difference with the Ambazonian Revolution and Ambazonian War? People still have to eat. People still have to survive. There are people who don't give a damn about the revolution, don't just looking forward for the next day, how to survive, even inside Southern Cameroon. But no, when Eric Tata decided to put a picture, celebrate his birthday, after all the time and effort he has put in this revolution, you have Tapang Ivo twisting shit and saying nonsense in favor of the AGOC, which has been in there for which has been fighting, or the leader of AGOC have been fighting for this revolution for 30 years. And for 30 years, not even one town, not even one village, not even one county has been liberated. Yet, they claim to be the most powerful force. Yet, they claim to be the dominant force in Southern Cameroon. Dominance in what way? Powerful in what way? When you cannot liberate a damn village, when you cannot free a damn town, when you cannot free a damn county. Your leader has been fighting for 30 years. 30 years. Eric Tata just turned 34. So when he started fighting this revolution, Eric Tata was 4 years old. When he started fighting this revolution, I was 5 years old. And yet a county has not been liberated. A village has not been liberated. And you claim to be the most powerful. Tapang I will sit and threaten people who are fighting on ground zero, saying that ADF is the only force, and everybody that is fighting on ground zero is part of the ADF, which is a fallacy, a lie, BS, bullshit, trying to intimidate, terrorize, belittle, trample over people. That is what the ADF is good for. And that is the image ADF has been spreading all over Southern Cameroon, which is why people don't like the ADF. Because you cannot claim to be fighting for the people and then you are intimidating the people, terrorizing the people, threatening the people. It's just wrong. And any sane person would not accept such nonsense, such bullshit. Any person working in the United States can buy craps, $20, $30, $40, $50, even $100 and enjoy. Because life, every human being wants to enjoy, take the time and celebrate on their birthday, even in the times of war. People do that. But because of group politics, because of interim government group politics, because of AGOC group politics, they want to portray themselves to be supreme, to be in control, to be the people, the voice of the people, at the expense of the people. 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, up to 20,000 Southern Cameroons have been killed. The strategy that the interim government and AGOC is using to fight this war is not working, has not been working, and is not working. We have made Southern Cameroon ungovernable, true. But now is the time to liberate counties. Liberating counties will give room for people in those counties to be able to breathe and live a better life. You can't tell me we're fighting war for 4 years now. We have all the guns that you showed on your recent live video, Tapang Ivo, that they stole your guns and gave to La République du Cameroon. You had all those guns. Why weren't you using those guns to fight in the counties, to fight using your block by block strategy to destroy La République du Cameroon inside the counties? No, you didn't do that. But you prefer to take credit to those who have spent their time, their effort on ground zero, fighting La République du Cameroon. That's what you do. You claim credit. Oh, it's the ADF. Meanwhile, it's not the ADF. That nonsense, that BS, that bullshit would not free Southern Cameroon. Taking credit on stuff you haven't done is just another style of La République. It's just another style of Francophone way of doing things. You want to control by any means necessary without doing the work. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. We must liberate counties. And with the spirit that Manu County is picking up, that should be the first county to be liberated from all forces of La République du Cameroon. All the forces of La République du Cameroon must be obliterated, must be wiped out, must be eradicated inside southern Cameroon. Counties have the power to take control by any means necessary. For 4 years now, those who have been trying to raise money and provide money want to be the only people in charge, in control, leading, while they're not on ground zero. Ground zero has the right and has the leadership to take charge, take control. Yes, advice could be taken, but don't give all control to the diasporans, to the Southern Cameroonian diaspora community. Don't. You on ground zero fighting the war have the knowledge, have the wisdom, has the power, you have the prestige to take charge and win this revolution. But group politics is killing Southern Cameroon. And it's as if people cannot enjoy or do something, take time to do something of their own personal will without being attacked by others. Oh, we need guns on ground zero. We need this, we need this, we need this. And you're only doing with this. The effort that Eric Tato has put in this revolution is more than the effort that Joe Ayaba has put in for the past 30 years. The effort that Eric Tato has put in this revolution for the past 3 to 4 years is more than the effort that Dr. Joe Ayaba has put in for 30 years. So you can say, oh, because Dr. Joe Ayaba has put in 30 years, he should be the leader of the revolution. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Every Southern Cameroonian has the right to speak and do what they must to encourage the revolution, being it financially, being with ideas, or whatever. But because certain people want to be the be-all and know-all, they want to be the omnipotent, the god of the revolution, the one to be in charge, to speak, and everybody else has no right. That La République style of doing things ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. We haven't won the revolution. We're still fighting the revolution. And all the groups, all the military on Southern Cameroon, being sponsored by another group or being sponsored by themselves, have the right to participate in this revolution until we see freedom. But the way things are going, sometimes I doubt if we'll see freedom. Sometimes, unless something miraculous happens. Because with the continuous infighting between the interim government and AGOFC, that is just creating more room for more Southern Cameroonians to kill themselves instead of to fight the enemy, which is La République du Cameroon. La République du Cameroon is the enemy. They are the one going in towns, in our cities, in our counties, inside southern Cameroon, kill, catch whoever, and they do whatever they want to do. And we don't have the power to stop them. Despite it, despite what we're trying to do, we still don't have the power to stop them. Because if we had the power, we would have stopped them. So stop fooling yourself when you take one action or two action and you have 4 people being killed of like property Cameroon and you think you're in control. You're not in control. To be in control, take over your counties on ground zero. Eradicate all the forces of life public and control your county like gods. Stop this childish game, killing 1 or 2 people, 3 people when we've killed like property Cameroon. And then you take more time and effort to fight other groups. And say, this group is this group is doing this, blah, 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 blah. All that's bullshit, all that's nonsense, all that's just childish play. Because so long as Southern Cameroon, so long as the counties are not liberated, you could draft all the money you want to draft. So long as it's not being used on ground zero and liberate the towns, the villages, and the counties inside Southern Cameroon, is all what you're doing is BS, it's bullshit. Also, Lucas will attack Eric Tato. Capo Daniel will attack Eric Tato. Tapang Ivo Tanko will attack Eric Tato. Same goes with the interim government's gangs of surrogates. They will attack Eric Tato. Yet, those so-called united groups, distinctively united groups, still fight among themselves to fight for Southern Cameroon. It's a stupid ideology, and I don't seem to understand why people don't get it. A small nation fighting after 50 years of consistent slavery by the forces of La Republic or by La Republic should be more united to face the enemy and should stop attacking each other in order to fight the enemy. But you know what? That is Southern Cameroon. This shit could go on as much as 10, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So long as the international community does not intervene, it could go as far as how many years they want to. But we can actually liberate Southern Cameroon using county by county, making the forces on ground zero in each county strong and united to face the enemy instead of facing each other while facing the enemy. Unity is key. The gangs of surrogates of AGOC and the gangs of surrogates of the interim government do not understand that, because they have their own interests. They have their own interest that is not for the Southern Cameroon, but for their own personal interest. Because they want to be in control. They want to be in power. They want to be the one to rule. The first thing we must do is liberate Southern Cameroon using all the soldiers on ground zero to fight the enemy, not to fight the people of Southern Cameroon, not to fight the citizens of Southern Cameroon, not to fight the other groups of Southern Cameroon, but to fight the enemy like Republic of Cameroon. And that's the key. But people like Tapang Iwo Tanku, Asu Lucas, Capo Daniel, Vela Franklin, they don't seem to understand it. They don't seem to get it. They only believe in their group supremacy. But the group is still so tiny compared to La République du Cameroon. The group is still so tiny. It can just do that little, which will not contribute to the liberation of Southern Cameroon. Because in order for Southern Cameroon to be liberated, all the groups must work together. And that's how we will free Southern Cameroon. Without which, continue to fight. This is King H. I'm out.